We're gathered here today at the heart of the United States Capitol for the International Interfaith Conference, which is called United in Liberty, the Rise of Spiritual Diplomats, led by Pastor Mark Burns. Thank you so much, Congressman Harris, for taking the time to speak with us today. Thank you so much for the work that you do. It is a great pleasure and honor to have the opportunity to speak with you.
Well, it's an honor to be here, and I was certainly blessed to be able to address the group that had gathered here in the Capitol and to be with my friend Mark Burns.
Thank you so much. As we just mentioned, today's conference topic introduces the concept of spiritual diplomacy. And what spiritual diplomacy means to you personally?
Well, I think when we think about spiritual diplomacy, I think you realize that the Bible is the foundation, that we recognize that it gives us the answers to everything we're looking for. People sometimes say, well, all the answers can't be in the Bible. Well, they really are. I mean, there are answers in there about how we are to ultimately come into a relationship with the living God. As a believer, a follower of Jesus Christ, we understand in Christ alone do we have that relationship. But we also learn economic principles in the Bible. Growing up, we used to learn the principles that if you don't work, you don't eat. The importance of a very strong work ethic, that was an important principle. The principles in the Bible that you shouldn't borrow more or you shouldn't spend more than you actually have, so you don't go into debt, the dangers of debt being an issue. So there's all kinds of issues there. But I'm just honored to be a part of this, understanding that the Bible gives us that solid foundation of when we are dealing with individuals, let that be kind of the Matthew 18 principle in the way we relate with one another.
Thank you so much. And as we look into the future, how do you see this collaboration of faith leaders, of civic leaders, of government officials coming together for bringing a positive impact on society? How important is it?
Oh, I think it's very important. As I said, I think faith leaders around the world understand and are beginning to understand more the importance of them being engaged in every area of government, in every area of society. I don't think God in His Word carves out one section and says, stay out of that. I think instead that He intends for His truth and His promises to come to bear on a culture and a society across all different aspects. So for me, stepping into the political realm, having been a pastor for 36 years, that really is something that was natural because, again, we're not told to keep this in silence and to somehow hide it under a bushel, but we're told to be salt and we're told to be light to the community around us. And I think that's an important reason that we stay engaged and we fight for religious freedom around the country and around the world.
Definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you for your actions. And also, what message would you like the participants of today's conference, our audience, to walk away with, to carry forward to their communities locally and globally? I
think my message would be more along the lines of something I just said, and that is that if we think about there in Matthew's gospel, Jesus makes it very clear that we are to be salt and light. And sometimes salt stings and sometimes it burns, but it always purifies. And I think that's what the faith community needs to recognize. We're to be that light. We're to shine the light in the midst of darkness to the truth. And I think just the engagement, day to day, living out your faith is so important. And that's what I would love for everybody in your group to do.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for this meaningful conversation.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.